Hello, I am Sebconscious, and I'm here to help. So, you think it has to be hard, don't you? Your desire, reality, and all of the things that you can experience is gonna be hard to attain. First, why do you even think that? It would probably be because of past experiences, right? Past experiences that we've been through, and it may even make sense to you logically. I'm pretty sure we've all heard of that story or something like it, of that guy who starts a business and has been working at the business for 50 years and it doesn't blow up until like the 51st year. You know what I'm saying? But now he like 70 years old, but he still attained generational wealth though. You know what I'm saying? We look at a story like that and we think it's very noble. I mean, we think that's like, oh yeah, you deserve that. You know what I'm saying? You really do deserve that. As opposed to a story of somebody, especially nowadays, you know what I'm saying, with the fast come up. We see a bunch of dudes like start a online coaching business or start a course or whatever, and then they just got rich, filthy dumb rich in about 6 months. You know what I'm saying? And we look at a story like that with a little bit of disdain. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of, you ain't really work for that. You ain't really work for that. You work with your daddy. You got daddy money. You know what I'm saying? Or we'll doubt them. You know what I'm saying? Some of us might even be jealous of them. You know what I'm saying? Some of us would just look at that story and just be like, nah, that's not the whole thing. That's not the whole truth. What if I told you it really don't have to be that hard? And the reason why we think it has to be hard, or why it has to take so much time, why this, that, and the third is, well, part of it is our shadow self. You know what I'm saying? Our shadow self exists. We don't even try to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like how when you walk outside and you look down at the ground, you see your shadow. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. We didn't cast the shadow, bro. We not wizards or nothing, but we didn't cast the shadow. It's just there. You know what I'm saying? And that manifests within us as well. Well, that's really just a physical manifestation of what's going on within us. You know what I'm saying? We all have a shadow, and the shadow self isn't inherently bad. It just wants to keep you safe. It really do just want to keep you safe. And at a point in time, you're gonna have to confront your shadow self and work with it. There's a lot of things in the shadow, like past traumas, circumstances, situations, interactions that may have hurt you, and that caused a fragment in your consciousness, because we're born with a whole full consciousness, right? But it's not until those experiences that hurt us and cause trauma to us fragment that consciousness that was whole at one point, you know what I'm saying, creating the shadow self. The shadow self holds a lot of power within it. It's just that it hides in the shadow, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of got to do a little bit of self-research to really access that shadow work, access that shadow, to do the shadow work, you know what I'm saying? But one thing that we have in our shadow self, and I'm pretty sure most of us have this because we're all primal creatures. Yes, we are fragments of God source universe, right? We all fragments of God's source universe. We're all a piece of it. We are one with the creator, but we are also inhabiting this animalistic body. You know what I'm saying? It is bound to the third dimension after all. So why you think it has to be hard, and why you think it has to take so much time? We look at the guy who's been working at his business for 100,000 years, but it didn't blow up to the 102nd year. Because, you know what I'm saying, we look up to stories like that. We're like, oh yeah, he really been on the grind. He really been not sleeping. He really been just grinding all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? But it don't have to be that hard. We didn't come here to struggle. If you want it to be hard, then yes, it'll be hard. So one thing I want to get into before I really get into the main topic is our universe. Our universe is based off of perception. We live in a universe based off of perception, and that universe also worked by a law called law of duality or law of polarity. And that's why we have the good side of ourselves and the shadow sides of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you perceive day to day, because quantum physics says that you are a brand new person each and every passing moment. You know what I'm saying? Like just 2 seconds ago, you were different than you are now. And that's why the present is so interesting, because everything happens in the present. Everything happens right now. Everything is happening right motherfucking now. So what I want to get to you is, what have you really been tuning into? What have you been focusing on? What are your thoughts? What are your beliefs? What are you, you know what I'm saying, really looking at every day? Because the external world don't exist, bro. The external world is you. The external world is a projection of what's going on in your internal world. So whatever you focusing on in here, that comes out here. You know what I'm saying? Think of the person that's very negative, whole bunch of stuff whole bunch of negative things happen to this guy because all he focuses on the negativity. You know what I'm saying? If you're a positive dude, you can see the positive in pretty much anything because life is completely subjective, quantum physics says. So what I really want to get into today is the reason why you think it has to be hard, and the reason why you think it has to take time is because some of us, I'm not gonna say all of us, but I'm gonna say some of us have a struggle complex. You know what I'm saying? If I was to tell you, hey man, your dreams, your desired reality will happen tomorrow when you wake up, you're gonna be in a whole different place, you're gonna have all this money, you're gonna have all these bitches, these dudes around you, you know what I'm saying, or whatever fulfills you, you're not gonna believe me, because that's the logical side of your brain. We have two hemispheres in our brain. The left hemisphere for logic, right hemisphere creativity. We operate more on the logic side because the ego, you know what I'm saying, we live in the ego and we let the ego dictate us because it's logical, and that's what we've been doing since we were born. And that's nothing wrong with that, because you do need the ego to navigate the third dimension, but you don't have to listen to it all the time. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to obey to your ego, because at the same time, you are the person who made it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Since you are one with the creator, you really made yourself. You really made your ego. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, the ego is created by external circumstances, right? We are not created by external circumstances. We are one with the creator at our core, right? We are infinite possibilities, infinite solutions, infinite opportunities. We are infinite at our core, you know what I mean? But we tune into our ego because that's all we really knew. You know what I'm saying? That's how we all grew up. That's how your mama grew up. That's how your daddy grew up. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna teach you the same thing, and inherently that's just what we do. You know what I'm saying? We drive a car, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is that we identify with the ego. Why is that so much of a problem? It's not inherently a problem. It's just that identifying with the ego is a little bit dangerous when you're trying to traverse into a new reality, because your ego is basically echoes of your past, basically echoes of the external reality that you've been through. And that's why shadow work is so helpful, because especially when you're trying to get into a new reality, you want to get rid of all of that past limiting beliefs, because you know what I'm saying, we can't really get rid of our limiting beliefs, but we can either dilute them or really just change them into beliefs that support where we're trying to go or who we're trying to be, right? When you're trying to get into your desired reality or wherever you're trying to go, right, to a life that's more fulfilling, listening to the ego, especially trying to do the process of calming down your nervous system, the whole whoop-de-woo of trying to going to your desired reality, your ego will try to get in the way of that and be like, bro, you can't do that. You're not smart enough. You're not handsome enough to be a model. You're not skinny enough to be a famous singer. And we take that logic and we're like, yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? I really can't do that yet. I can't do it yet. I can't do it now. I can't start now. I have to start doing this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So I can actually achieve my dreams. But it's a little bit illogical listening to your ego. I'm not even gonna say a little bit, a lot of it illogical listening to your ego sometimes, because in retrospect, bro, since we are one with the creator, right? We are one with the universe at all times. the universe, if you want to think about it like this, relatively, the universe is much older than your ego, made by external circumstances that just happened not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? Your ego is like an infant compared to the infinite wisdom of God. So sometimes listening to the ego is really illogical because it really don't know. The only thing that it knows is to keep you safe, right? And that's part of where the struggle complex comes from. Like I said, if you was to put yourself in your desired reality tomorrow, and I'm here telling you it's gonna happen tomorrow, you're not gonna believe me. And even if it did actually happen, your nervous system, your identity, your beliefs would not be ready, okay? They just wouldn't be ready. The guy, Diego Tinoco, or the dude from On My Block, the dude that plays Caesar, bro, he made a video talking about how he became an actor for On My Block overnight, and it nearly destroyed him. His nervous system, identity, beliefs were not shifted to that person who can handle that kind of thing. And it did more damage than it did good. I'll link that video in the description so y'all can check it out. It's dope. Struggle complex, right? So if we take it back, part of, you look at, it could be your mom, your dad, or anybody that you really look up to who's been grinding, and you just, all you did was got famous overnight. All you did was get money overnight. All you did was achieve your dreams overnight. There'll be a little level of guilt. You can't lie. You know what I'm saying? You cannot lie. You probably might be consciously thinking, oh man, I'm gonna be straight, bro. I'm gonna be straight. I'm gonna be good, bro. What you talking about? I'm gonna be in my desired reality. What you talking about? But if you're not ready, you're gonna feel a level of guilt, bro, because your mama been working her whole life. You know what I'm saying? And you got it just like that. Your friends, they're gonna be left behind, bro. They're gonna be left behind. Stuff like that. And why does that guilt even trigger us? You know what I'm saying? Why is that guilt even there? It's because, like I said, we inhabit this primal, this animalistic body. If we take it all the way back to when we was like cavemans type shit, we was in a group. If you weren't in a group, exiled outside of the group or whatever you did, that's death. That means death. Back in the day, you're gonna get eaten up by saber-tooth tigers, monkeys, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna die. You won't have food, you know what I'm saying? So that is part of why. All of that stuff, like traumas, some of the traumas that you have in your body isn't even yours. That's passed down from you from generations. No racist stuff. But why you think black people get scared when they see the cops, bruh? You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you'll see a cop and just be scared. You know what I'm saying? Scared. It don't matter if you're Mexican, black, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might be in certain situations and you just feel scared, anxiety, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not yours. Sometimes it's not yours. And it might be passed down from past generations. And that's true. You can look it up. But struggle complex. Some of us have it. You know what I'm saying? And I would say the best way to get rid of it is doing shadow work. In a way, the struggle complex is unlimited belief, a limiting belief, right? Because it's holding us back. Another reason why we might have a struggle complex is because unconsciously, you might be addicted to struggling. You might be addicted to struggling because, like I said, we're in this ego. The ego sometimes only knows struggle, right? And that's from root chakra stuff, you know what I'm saying? Not being really grounded. That's or being in a state of danger, you know what I'm saying? Because the root chakra is like our animalistic side of us, you know what I mean? That's where we ground at. That's where we're connected to belongingness, you know what I mean? So if your root chakra messed up, you might have that struggle complex, right? Or it's not even called a struggle complex, but that's what I call it. A struggle complex. We think we have to struggle to become or be or enjoy or achieve anything that, you know what I'm saying, that we want. You know what I'm saying? That's just not fair. That's just not fair. Think about the people who blew up less than 6 months, less than a year, less than 2 years. You know what I'm saying? It don't even have to be blew up, became congruent with their desired reality. You know what I'm saying? We can do that. It don't have to take a million years. It don't. You know what I'm saying? Another reason why you may not be attracting your desired reality other than a struggle complex is that you're just not ready. You're just not ready, fam. Just like the Diego Tinoco video. He wasn't ready. You gotta check that out. You gotta check that out. You know what I'm saying? Some of us just be sitting in our room, trying to manifest money. Money. Bro, the money means fuck all, mate. Shout out to my nigga Nero Knowledge. The money means fuck all, mate. Because money is a byproduct. Money is a byproduct. Money is a byproduct of alignment, inner alignment, bro. I was watching this girl earlier on Instagram, and she did like neuroscience and quantum. She's like a quantum physicist or whatever, and she came out with 2 books. She made some really good points, and it's that this reality that we see is literally you. Is literally you. We're so tuned in with the ego. That's like playing a video game and thinking that you really is the character. You know what I'm saying? Even though the character is a bunch of ones and zeros, you know what I'm saying? A bunch of ones and zeros. The same ones and zeros as the background or the floor that the character is on. That's us too. My ones and zeros are the same ones and zeros of the card. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? So it literally is you. Literally, bruh. Legitimately. Shadow work. What is shadow work? Shadow work, like I had mentioned earlier, the shadow self is, you know what I'm saying, the parts of the self that have been tucked away, right? Shadow self does hold a bunch of positive things, but there is a lot of traumas and hurtful circumstances that we never really processed, especially in childhood, that is stored away in the shadow. One thing, if you want to really understand your shadow and like try to work with it, because I don't want to say heal, because nobody's broken, you know what I'm saying, but if you really want to work with your shadow and ease it a little bit, look at it. You kind of have to like catch it. I think of shadow work as like Pokemon, you know what I'm saying, because there's little feelings of whatever, unworthiness, blah blah blah, that are just like, they just pop up out of nowhere. Sometimes they just pop up, and one way to catch a Pokemon, or one way to catch a feeling, is to notice how you view other people. And it might take a little bit of meditation, a little bit of really, well, you should be meditating, because meditation really helps with understanding what your body is always trying to tell you. Your body is always communicating with you. It's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's always talking to you through feelings and vibrations and stuff, and it's always trying to talk to you. And that's where our traumas and hurtful circumstances, our shadow self, is really stored inside of our body, inside of our nervous system. And we need to relieve those parts of ourselves before we even go to our desired reality, because those things cannot exist in our desired reality. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of why we haven't, or you know what I'm saying, why people haven't really manifested their desired reality or desired outcomes or anything like that. So yeah, one way to actually catch the shadow self in full action is to catch it by, how do you view other people? You know what I'm saying? If you see somebody and you're like, oh, that nigga ugly as fuck, you know what I'm saying, you sleep at your sweet bippy, you think you're ugly too. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're jealous of somebody for having something, you know what I'm saying, you bet your sweet bippy that you want that thing that they have, or, you know what I'm saying, don't want the stuff that they don't have, right? So it works a little bit like that, because everything is just a reflection of you. Everything. And how to actually resolve your shadow, you know what I'm saying, when those feelings come up, like especially if somebody trigger you, it's not really them triggering you, it's what they're saying or doing that reminds you a little bit of what you don't like in yourself. You know what I'm saying? So whenever those feelings come up, you kind of just gotta have to feel into it, right? And just nurture it, because what is coming up, those feelings, emotions, energy and motion, is just messengers. Those messengers are trying to show you something that needs to be in light. If you're lucky enough to catch your triggers, you know what I'm saying, you can really just hold them and just imagine that it's a wounded inner child of you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. And you have to show those feelings, those emotions, your compassion. You have to be compassionate toward yourself. You cannot hate yourself into evolution. You have to love yourself into evolution. Truly love yourself into evolution. So whenever those feelings come up, really just nurture them. Show them the love that you wish you had in those moments that you were hurt, that you became traumatized. You know what I'm saying? Show them the love that you wish you had. And it might be a little, like when you were little, your mom didn't want to play with you. You know what I'm saying? That really don't got nothing to do with you. Your mom's is holding her own, you know what I'm saying, traumas and self-limiting beliefs and stuff like that. So as a kid, you can't really conceptualize all of that, so you think it's my fault. You know what I'm saying? So really just go in there and show yourself love, right? Another thing that really helps, and this is what I've been using, because bro, it is so powerful. It's more powerful than doing that journaling bullshit. Whenever a feeling come up, somebody trigger you, right? Or some, like, let's say they say you're ugly, you know what I'm saying, or you have feelings of ugliness, right? Look yourself dead in the mirror, in the eyes, and be like, yeah, I'm fucking ugly. Ew. You know what I'm saying? Just like really revel in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm ugly as shit and I love it. I'm ugly as shit and I love it. You know what I'm saying? If you think if you're triggered and you think you're a bad person, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God, I'm a bad person. Shadow work really is not uncovering those beliefs and being like, no, you're not a bad person. You're a good person. You know what I'm saying? No, because you are a good person, right? But just like the universe, law of polarity, law of duality, we have good and bad qualities of ourselves. The universe creates good and bad things in this universe. You know what I'm saying? And it only does that because it loves both sides. You should love both sides of yourself, bro. You should love both sides of yourself, the good and the bad. That's how you become the ultimate being, the ultimate version of self. Because everything that happens in life is for freer and fuller expansion and expression of your being. Everything, good or bad. There's so much lessons that we can take from any circumstance, any situation, and any interaction. So if you catch yourself thinking, you know, I'm a bad person, it's really getting me down, you know. Hell yeah, you a bad person. Hell yeah, own that shit. Oh, I'm so bad. I'm a bad dude. You know what I'm saying? But just revel in it. You know what I'm saying? Love yourself. Yeah, I'm a bad dude. Yeah, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm ugly as shit. Yeah, I'm a fucking loser. Yeah, I'm a fucking failure to society. Fuck it. I love it. And it's the more you do that, the more freer you'll feel, bro. Who gives a fuck if you're a loser, nigga? This whole universe is based off of perception. You know what I'm saying? So really, loser don't even really mean you a fucking loser, right? If you want to be low vibrational and live in shame and guilt, and if you want all your desires to come with struggle, you can have that. If you want the adverse, if you want the opposite, you can have that as well. It just depends on what do we perceive, right? What do we want to perceive? You know what I'm saying? What do you truly want to perceive? Do you want to perceive stuff that is just given to you by external reality, which is made by the ego that really don't fucking know anything? Or do you want to tune in to the creator and really align yourself with the fullest, freest expression, authentic, genuine version of yourself, because it exists? And so does the lame nigga, the shame nigga, always in the guilt, begging for fame nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's really shadow work, bro. It's not easy, but it's simple. You know what I'm saying? So really just love yourself for anything, bro. You just ran over a dog. That's fucked up, nigga. But nah, what I'm really trying to say is, bro, if you want to, because we all want to, right? We all want to become our desired reality, and we can do that. I just want you to know that you have the power to do that, right? But do you believe that you have the power to do that? Do you perceive yourself as somebody who has the power to do that? And the answer should be yes, consciously, right? But if you feel some type of resistance in anything you want to do, let's say you want to be a famous painter or something. If you feel resistance of painting, oh, I can't do this. I'm not a painter. I'm not Bob Ross. What am I thinking? I'm gonna just go back to being the same dude I always been since day one. Those are reflections of limiting beliefs. Those are reflections of limiting beliefs. Why don't you think you can do that? You know what I'm saying? Whenever I tell myself, nah, I can't do that. I'm not this person. I'm not knowledgeable. I'm not smart or whatever. I tell myself, okay, why do I think that? First of all, show me all the evidence, okay? And then I'm gonna show you the evidence of why I am smart, why I am capable, why I am like this guy, why I am, you know what I'm saying? Why it is a possibility for me with evidence, you know what I'm saying? And just like, boom, I love myself. Boom. I'm a bad person. Boom. I love myself. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Like Katie Clark, she said, think of your desired reality. Before you enter your desired reality, think of it as like you got to go through a gate and there's like the universal guard. And he's like, okay, so you have to have this. Okay, you have that. And you cannot bring struggle mindset, limiting beliefs, and trauma. Can't bring that. Sorry. You have that? You can't come. You know what I'm saying? Like, It's literally like that. It's literally like that, bro. And another thing I want to say is change doesn't come from huge leaps of faith. You want to get a six-pack, bro? Doing 22,000 crunches over 24 hours is not going to give you a six-pack, bro. You know what I'm saying? You cannot get a six-pack in a day. It comes from small, consistent action. It comes from small, consistent action. And that's what makes it more enjoyable. Because who wants to do 220 crunches in 24 hours just to get a six-pack? I know damn well I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's struggle. In a way, that's struggle, bro. We don't have to struggle. We didn't come here to struggle, bro. If you feel like you have to struggle to build something, gain something, achieve something beyond you, let it go. Let it go. Work through it. Understand why. Is it because I grew up with this mindset because my peoples was broke? Is it because I just want to struggle? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to struggle, that can happen for you. If you don't, that'll happen for you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shadow work, super simple. We overcomplicate a lot of things in life, man. If you want to be more happier, don't chase it. Don't chase it. Let it come to you. Be the happiness. You know what I'm saying? Be the happiness that you want to feel. Be the excitement in your life that you want to have. And another thing I want to say is, as we traverse to our desired reality, each action does not have to be perfect. You do not have to be perfect. You're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Imperfection is literally key. Authenticity, the price of authenticity is that people dislike you. The price of conforming to everybody and everything is that everybody likes you, but nobody remembers you. You know what I'm saying? So which one is better? Being the authentic self and feeling your fuller and freer expression, or dimming your light just to be forgotten? So with that being said, taking imperfect action, baby steps, man. Baby steps. Imperfect action leads to perfecting your craft, dude. You can't understand it logically before you actually go out and do it. Actually have to do it. You cannot conceptualize riding a bike if you do not know how to ride a bike. You can study riding a bike for years, bro. Years. I don't care. And then you get on a bike, bro. You're gonna fall on your ass, bro. You're not gonna know how to ride a bike because you actually have to do it. You know what I'm saying? You actually have to do it. And it's just little things like that that are big reflections of life itself. You know what I'm saying? Riding a bike. You have to actually get on the bike and fall and learn. You know what I'm saying? Swimming. You actually have to get your body, your nervous system especially, attuned to swimming. How does the molecules work when I push off of the water? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And a big thing about it, all of this stuff that you trying to do to reach your desired reality and become the freer and fuller and most authentic version of yourself, is to enjoy the process, bro. Enjoy the process. Enjoy it. Because there's people right now taking their last breath. You watching this video right now, there's people right now taking their last breath from earth. There's no time to be moping around and being a victim and begging for God, please. You know what I'm saying? Please, God, please give it to me. You know what I'm saying? Be that. Just do it. Shia LaBeouf. Just do it. Just do it. But yeah, I hope this helps somebody. If you needed to hear it, then I'm glad to be the one to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Namaste. All that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We lit. We loving life. You know what I'm saying? Love yourself. You can only love yourself into evolution.